What up, Mozzie? Hope you can hear me. I think the sound settings are good. Hope you're having a good, but you're in Australia Monday. Monday, I believe. Excuse me. Gross. Do. So, I don't know if anyone's here, but if you are, welcome. Welcome to the show. Word, man. Thank you for letting me know about the sound. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. I appreciate it. So, let me change some lighting real quick. Last night, we were playing this, and we were doing some missions trying to sway the boomers over to our side of the upcoming battle for the Hoover Dam. And now we get to see what the big secret is, even though we kind of figured that out yesterday, of what the boomers want us to do to earn their loyalty in the upcoming battle of epic proportions. But, real quick before we start, vaping on some Anarchist Pink, and my Aegis with a goat on top. So,
Hi.
let's see.
Halt. You must pay the toll to pass.
Yep, still won't let me do the thing with the giving the kids toys and stuff, so I don't know what's going on with that. But what we're gonna do real quick, because I think I have the surgeon's outfit, and my med will pop me up a little bit. There's my medicine. Played this on PC back in the day. Yeah, man, back in the day on PC, I never got to play it, but I heard it was great. This game came out right before I went overseas to Afghanistan. I was still in the army at the time, so I had to play it on my buddy's PlayStation, I think 3 or 4. What up, Robert Young? Good to see you, man. And, no, that had to be PlayStation 3. Because, yeah. So, anyways, I was playing on a PlayStation 3, and I liked it a lot. And I did get to play it a little bit on PC, so when I went overseas, I bought a nice little laptop. What's up, Lady Liberty? And was playing it on there, but I was overseas at the time, so I didn't have direct internet access all the time. And I never got to use mods. And then I ended up dropping water on that fucking laptop, and I ruined it, so I didn't get to play it anymore. But yeah, this is a great game. If you have the PC version, it's great because you get to, what's up, Advocate? You get to do all the mods and all that stuff, you know? And I did find a way to, because I'm a Mac computer user now, you know? So I have a Mac desktop. And I was able to figure out a way to port it to this without having to partition my hard drive with all that. But you can't use the Nexus mods or nothing because you don't have a file directory like you do on Windows. Anyways, it's enough of me ranting on. I'm trying to see if I have anything that will boost my medical skills up before I get in here. What's up, Steven Sard? Well, I'm alive, aren't I, Lady Liberty? I guess that tells you how I'm doing. No. I'm doing alright. Thanks for asking. Hope you guys are doing well. Show you potato salad? How about nipples? No? Okay. Whatever. Alright. There we go. So, we can talk to this doctor guy and help him.
I know Mother Pearl is letting you wander Nellis as you please, outsider. But I have patients to tend to.
Mozzie says all of them but 76. So 76 when it first came out was terrible. It's not the greatest now either, but it's a lot better than it was. So if it's something that you were be looking into, interested to play in, you know, It's definitely something you can check out now because there's a lot more content in there with all that stuff that's going on. They actually have NPCs and all that shit now and missions. When it first started, man, it was like, I always compare, you can ask Geekus because, like, you know, we play on Xbox parties a lot. Nipple Salad. I always called Fallout 76 when it came out for like the first couple of years, like what you would do in a Fallout regular game after you beat it. There's no one to talk to, you know, there's nothing to really do. You can explore and find stuff, but like that's it. But now there's actual content and some depth to it. They got rid of the mandatory survival skills now, so you don't have to drink water and eat food to survive. They had that at first, and like that's cool if you're in the survival mode, but I'm not in the survival mode. It's not the greatest. Steven started, yeah, it's not the greatest, but they're trying with it, and they actually added like a if you play Call of Duty, just for an easy reference, like a battle pass kind of thing to it. So now you can unlock stuff just by playing, and you don't have to pay into it or any of that.
I have 3 patients here who were gravely injured fighting those giant ants in the generator building a few days ago. I've stabilized their wounds, but they're in bad shape. Do you have medical training? If what you say is true, you can do us a world of good.
Yeah, New Vegas is the best one in my opinion as well. Fallout 3 is very good too. I have played the older ones, the top downs, and I haven't got to play them directly because I usually do it through emulators on web pages and stuff like that. But I got to be honest with you, I can't get too deep into the original ones because it's a lot of work just to get from one place to the other. Alright, so now I gotta see, well, I forgot what my medical was at, 45, so I'm not gonna mess with that guy. 60, not gonna mess with that guy. Treat the infection. Boom.
Excellent treatment. I hadn't thought of that.
This guy was what, 60? Yeah, I'll leave him alone. Okay, I can't help these guys right now. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get right into the main mission. What the boomers want from me, and we're about to find out. Never played New Vegas, but I have 476. You're fine, man. That doesn't mean I'm gonna read out every advocate. You can write whatever you want. Doesn't mean I'm gonna read it out every time. Like, I don't know. We don't have super chats. Maybe when you no. But stupid sword. Yeah, Robert Young says have 476. I'll be honest with you, man. That's like, from my opinion of like, you know, my small experience in this game, 476 was 2 of like the worst ones. Like 4 was cool with like the new graphics. Okay, I understand that. And like, you know, some of the stuff you could do, like the camp building and all that. Oh yeah, oh I love that. But as far as context of that game, man, it's all the same thing to me. Like there's no like differentiation between like the emotional aspects of the games. And like, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it. But 4 was more of a shooter with side quests than it was an RPG, you know. But it's not a terrible game. But I would definitely tier it. In my personal opinion, it would be Fallout New Vegas as top tier for me. Fallout 3 after that. And then I would probably say New Vegas. I would probably say 4 and then 76, and that's not including, you know, the classics. But if you want to see a terrible Fallout game, look up Fallout Brotherhood of Steel and Fallout Tactics. One of them was like just like a top-down, like almost Mortal Kombat kind of looking thing, and it was not good.
You have done well to earn the trust of my people, child. I believe the time has come for you to show your value in full. The people have come to accept having you around. Find Loyal and ask him about our people's fondest dream. He will tell you what to do next.
The venereal, are you saying like a VD, like a venereal disease? Because Steven started, sorry, I did not get the joke. But yeah, the cream cleared it up. Man, this is like the third time we brought up 3Dog. 3Dog is a cool character, man. They should definitely did a DLC runoff with him on 3, where like the adventure's a 3 dog or something, even though he made it very clear, you know, in the dialogue when you talk to him in the game, that he's not a fighter. He doesn't go out there and do any of that stuff. You know, his weapon is his words. But it would have been cool to see something like that. You and the grandma boomer, I swear to God.
I can't believe... Pearl sent word saying it's all right to tell you about the lady in the water. A long time ago, long before the war that killed just about everything that ever lived, a bomber crashed not far from here. A bomber was a flying contraption that could drop explosives down on anything it flew over. But anyway, moving on. This bomber crashed down in Lake Mead, pretty damn near intact. When we got to Nellis, see, I found this article in a magazine all about it. There was another B-29 around here, part of a museum. Couldn't fly, but had a lot of spare parts, see? Get where I'm going? Since I was a young man, I've dreamed of raising that lady from the lake and bringing her back to life. What do you say?
Robert Young says, check out Fallout when you can. So, for like PS4 and stuff like that, I believe it's backwards compatible. But New Vegas and stuff like that, if you go into like when the GameStop starts opening up their stores again and shit like that, or if you go online to their places, don't buy it from the PlayStation store or Xbox store because they're going to charge you like $30 still. But if you go in and you can get it, or you go on GameStop or even like maybe even Amazon or something, you can actually get this game in a full, like you want to get the Game of the Year edition because it includes the DLC for like $10, man. So whenever you get around to it and you have the opportunity, I would say that this is a great one to check out. Fallout 3 is obviously a great choice too. But for like the depth and immersion, I would say go straight to New Vegas. But if you want to work your way into it, and like, because I can't go back and play 3 as easily or as joyously after playing New Vegas, if that makes sense, because of how much more open it is and more, how much more content and like interaction you get with like just like geoeconomical politics. Like I just say, well, that's a word I probably couldn't even spell. But excuse me. I would suggest doing 3 first if you were doing anything, and it's like $10-15 too for the Game of the Year edition. Although I was talking about it last night, I think they're probably going to release a Game of the Year edition that's remastered for Fallout 3 soon because ZeniMax, which owns Bethesda, just got bought by Microsoft, and they put all the Bethesda games on the Xbox store, or excuse me, Xbox Game Pass for your free subscription for you to play, but Fallout 3 is not on there. So I'm thinking that's for a reason, because you don't want to saturate a game that you're about to release, like remastered, already out there, you know what I mean? You want to, you know, make it where it's like a missed experience, because if you just played it, even though, you know, diehard fans would still buy it, yeah, the average person would be like, well, I just played this, the regular version of it, I'm not going to buy it again. So I think that's, you know, that's my tinfoil hat time. I don't have any proof or nothing, but that's what I'm thinking. And then also, so right now, this mission this guy's telling me about, I was telling you guys about last night, back in real life, you know, that bomber's rusted out right now. It's been like, what, over 100 years or something? So this has been over 300 years because this is a 2277 or whatever it is, 2377, blah, 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 and the bombs hit and all that shit. What up, Rex Vapes? And, yeah, the thing is, though, with it not being a saltwater lake, a lot of things stay intact. And I was talking about this last night. This is actually true from real life fact that there is a B-29 bomber down in Lake Mead out here from when they used to fly test missions out of Nellis Air Force Base and stuff like that. So it's a real thing, and like if you go down there, there's actually even a sunken city you can go and scuba dive around and shit like that. That's why everyone ever like travels to Vegas thinks it's weird. There's scuba schools around here. That's why, because you can go down there and scuba dive in like the old ruins of the cities when they built the dam that flooded and where that fucking bomber's at and stuff like that. But with it not being salt water, I doubt the ship would rust that bad. But you know what? Then again, I'm no gynecologist, so don't take my word for it. But now that's what this mission is. We're gonna go get this bomber so that they can help us with it at the end of the game to help obliterate our enemies.
It's at the bottom of Lake Mead. I'll mark its location on your Pip-Boy map.
But then again, also, Steven, sir, you gotta remember, we play video games for fantasy. If we wanted to play a video game that was like real life, we would play like, you know, what is it, timesheet report player, or you know, Call of Duty, fucking, you know, timestamps reports or something. We play the game for the fantasy, not for the real life aspect. We gotta stop comparing stuff to real life.
Simple. Attach deployable ballast to the plane and float it on up. Here is a remote detonator. Once the ballast is attached to the plane, just hit the detonator from the shore and let buoyancy handle the rest. Good. Here's the deployable ballast. Go find the plane, attach the ballast, and hit the button. Might try holding your breath. If that doesn't sound good enough, talk to Jack. He was working on a rebreather once.
So now we get to go and get this plane up out of Lake Mead for these guys to help us. And he's talking about the other guy that's over here working on a rebreather, which essentially is something that can, depending on the lore of what you're contexted in, can take the oxygen out of water or recycle the oxygen that you breathe in and out. I play the game like a Grandma Boomer. Steven, sorry, how do I block you? Where the fuck is Jack? Seriously, where is this guy?
Hey there. Back for more? I just need some parts from a pressure cooker to create a hermetic seal for the rebreather.
So we get to help this guy create a rebreather to help us get to the bottom of Lake Mead. As you see here, because I have a high enough science skill, I can suggest a fix for it instead of having to go out and scour the wasteland for junk parts.
That's a brilliant idea. I can put that together right now. Here you go. A new rebreather.
Boom.
Bye.
I don't know about that, Advocate, but maybe. So this rebreather allows us to breathe underwater. It also gives us a damage resistance of 3, and I don't believe this can be damaged, because I always wear it when I play this game. So now we get to travel to Lake Mead, which is a murder fest of shit. You'll soon see why I say that. So, I'm going to choose the easiest way there. And we're going to fast travel to Boulder City, walk the water line, and then swim till fucking Sunken airplane. Because I'm not going to walk all the way there from here. That's fucking forever. Excuse me. Yeah, he just created a rebreather that can, you know, molecularize oxygen together, and he's just like, yeah, here you go. So that's something that I would, you know, how you're pointing out the fallacies and, like, you know, the rust and all that. That's something I point out fallacies in because I think that would be a great scientific achievement in a world that doesn't have a microwave. So as you see here in this glorious pixelated area, we are at Lake Mead. And I wish I could play the game music for you because I love the soundtrack to this game. But unfortunately, I don't want to get copyright strikes. Okay, I might be fucked. Yep. Oh, shit. And I didn't buy any stim packs or anything, did I? No. Cool, I can't even get NCR help. Well, there goes all my stim packs. We might be loading this up again. Alright, this is where VATS comes in handy. I'm dead. That's the only thing I hate about doing these like direct playthroughs. I don't go out and explore, so I don't level up enough to fight all this shit quite well. Yeah, Steven started. There's definitely monocolor. The Fallout 3 game, they did a light green tinge on everything to give it that a feel, you know. And then in this game, it's more of a yellow burn, like almost an orange burn on everything. So we're gonna try this again, or maybe I should just go by stim packs. Nah, fuck it. We'll try it again. And also this time, excuse me, I'm gonna try and be a little bit more sneaky because I don't want to fight those guys. I'm not ready. I will say this though, Steven. I don't like playing the games without the tinge. I'm so used to them, you know. Like I played this one since it came out, and then Fallout 3 I played. You know, that's the first one I ever played, so I'm just so used to it. And I think that's a big reason why I didn't really like too much of the aesthetic of like Fallout 4 or 76, because those are new games. Like they're clean graphics. They have like shiny textures and stuff like that. And I know the game has to evolve with the engines and stuff like that, and if they made the game still in these graphics, people would complain. But I don't think there's a better, like, shitty graphic that matches it perfectly better than, like, the original engines that they used on 3 in New Vegas. No, I don't have a sniper rifle, and if I did, I'd get the anti-material rifle, but I don't have any money in this game because I've just been doing the main shit. But, as you can see here, I kind of get to sneak right by these guys if I keep it fucking good. Do the good old Bethesda wall crawl. And if anyone's played a Bethesda game, you know what I'm talking about. You just push yourself up to a point that you can't go up against, and you just slowly walk across it, and you won't fall and take damage. And boom. Got past them. Also, something new to Fallout games is that the fact that there's fish in this lake, and there's fish in 76, but in original Fallout lore, for the most part, there's no fish that exist. But this also did not get hit directly with nukes. It is like one of the things that they use, you know, to justify that having fish. And in 76, it's just like, it's whatever. 76 is kind of like, it's a part of the Fallout universe, but it really has no stasis and lore. Because they have the Brotherhood of Steel and airships already, and it was like right after the nukes hit and all that stuff, so it just doesn't make sense. They tried to do it in with like the Maxons and all that stuff, and it's not right. So as you see right here, I wish you could catch the fish. Blah, blah. But you can't. There's a pile of junk. See, now, like, this is what bugs me. Like, how did this pile of junk accumulate, like, just perfectly like this at the bottom of the lake? You gotta remember, too, this lake is always constantly moving because it's a part of the Colorado River that attaches to the Hoover Dam. So it doesn't make sense. Alright. So now we attached it to the plane. As you see, you're right, Steven, it's all fucked up. But also, that's limitations of the game engine, because, man, what an ugly fucking plane. But now we'll swim back. Ooh, look at that booty shot. Made you playing Tomb Raider on PlayStation, right? Ooh. And now this is supposed to be like Calville Bay. Alright, where's it at? So now we're going to pop off this detonator. The ballasts will bring the ship up. And I just used the stim pack. I didn't need to. I need to take that off of my fucking favorites. Alright. Now, I'm going to save this real quick. Because I'm going to show you guys something. And here are these things called cazadors. And if you've played this game before, like Steven has, and I can't remember who else said they played it in the chat before, they are the bane of your existence in this game. You think death claws are bad? No. Fallout New Vegas, the cazadors are the fucking absolute worst. So, they were made in a science lab that's part of a DLC in this game. And they're a mix of like hornets and almost like rad scorpions. So they're about to fuck me up. Watch this. They're fast. They sting you. You get poisoned. And they're hard to kill. Ugh. Shoot him right in the butt. Great, I have my shot. Also, they don't die if you shoot off their wings. They just crawl on the ground after you like flies on shit. And yeah, so I just wanted to show you guys those guys because that's why we're not going to go deeper into that area. Even when I'm a high level character, those things mess me up. And the best way to deal with those is, I wish I had one to show you right now. An anti-material rifle that has explosive rounds. Anti-material rifle is basically a tank killing rifle. You can, like, you know, go through plated armor. But you need one of those guns because it's the most, like, one of the most powerful rifles in the game. And then the bullets explode on contact, which also does damage. And it's the only way to get rid of those things. Or you could use the incendiary rounds, which are bullets that shoot, like, basically explode into fire and burn off their wings. But if you don't burn off their wings, like I said, they'll crawl at you and fuck you up. So, like, they're, like, one of the most nefarious fucking enemies you get in this game. But what we're going to do real quick is I need some fucking stim packs and stuff. So, we're going to travel over here and buy some stuff because I have none. Maybe sell some stuff. Get something nice, you know, treat yourself.
Welcome to the 188 Slopping Shop. Like our slogan says, it's better than nothing.
You know, it's impressive how this guy could talk through drinking at the same time.
You bet.
Cool, this guy has literally no stim packs. When they get you backing up, use a flamethrower. Yeah, flamethrower is always a good idea. I'm not a big fan of flamethrowers in this game, though. It's a lot of weight for low damage, you know, output. Unless, like, you have, like, the perks and stuff like that for it. But, if I were to use one, I also like the one that's from Fallout 3 from the, Enclave. I don't think, it's the Flamer, what's it called? It's the one that shoots the fireballs instead of a direct flame. Still, those ones are kind of cool, like a napalm launcher. And I wish I could remember their name right now, and I can't. Almost out of juice. Alright, so I forgot to do this last time. Let's make sure that we have our stuff on that lets us barter at better rates.
Welcome back.
This
Can I
guy's
get
picking
you
his
anything?
nose. What's with everyone doing weird shit with their face when we talk to them?
Sure thing.
As I pick
Have a
my
look.
nose, like the side of it. So now we could sell him some crap that we don't need. Like binoculars are useless in this game. Burmaster? No, it's not called the Burmaster. I can't remember what it's called. But it's not the Burmaster. It's something else. I swear to God. The Burmaster might be a, I think you're thinking of a specific, like, legendary weapon or something. But no, it's not the Burmaster. I can't remember what it's called, though. I don't know what you mean. Alright. Sell some apparel. I think we have some crap we could sell. I guess I didn't put on my trader hat. Stupid me. Oh wait, we can sell that. Let's see what else we can sell. Oh, it's ashtray. That's junk. Cup. I don't know why I'm carrying so much junk. Heavy incinerator, that's it. There you go. .5mm rounds I never keep because I hate miniguns on these games. Miniguns, I think, are a waste of space. Alright. I think I sold everything I could.
Come back.
Alright, now we're gonna go finish off this airplane shit. I will say this though, in all my Fallout games, 3 and New Vegas and 4, I am not a huge fan of melee weapons, but in 76, I love melee weapons and I only do melee builds, mostly, and so the reason for that is on 76, you can do the, you can get, the, god damn it, why can't I think right now? Mutations. So mutations do different things too, like there's one called Speed D, makes you run faster, move faster. There's one called Marsupial, which is one I love that I use, and it makes you jump like 3 times as high, and it makes you move a little bit faster and stuff like that. So basically giving you like superpowers in the game to be almost like, excuse me, like you see like Captain America, like, you know, not quite a superhuman, but you can do cool shit. And, fuck, I forgot where I was going with that. But, oh yeah, in this game you can't do anything cool like that. But I will say in 76 and the melee build, that comes in super fun because you get to jump around from like roof to roof on stuff, and you get to smack people in the head with whatever it is. Like I use like a Deathclaw Gauntlet, or I use like a Power Fist with a concrete brick and like god damn it, rebar sticking out of it, you know, like going around and punching stuff in the head. And it's also a lot of fun too because in that game it's easy to get overpowered by swarms of enemies, and I don't really play with anyone else on that game because, you know, it's like a party-based game. So it's cool, like, you know, like jump down, pop, punch some stuff in the forehead, and you jump up on the roof real quick while, like, you know, they're trying to swing at you and they can't. You get your health back, and then pop, you know, just jump around. Basically like whack-a-mole with NPCs. But me personally, in Fallout 3, 4, and New Vegas, melee weapons are, you gotta get way too close to people.
I can't believe we made...
It's going to be a dream come true once you've raised that bomber from Lake Mead. That's tremendous. I'll transmit instructions to the robots to start packing up the plane to bring it back to Nellis. I just told you, the robots are going to handle it. They'll break the plane down into pieces and move it up from Colville Bay in one shot.
So our intelligence being this high, we get to ask the speech check, which will give us XP. And it's like, so we're asking if they're planning on using it. Excuse me. God damn that Stizzy pen. The diversionary tactics, are we going to try and, like, you know, are they going to draw attention somewhere else so no one sees them bringing the plane back? And that's why we get this check.
Exactly. We'll be shelling an unoccupied location in outer Vegas to get their attention elsewhere. By the time they realize they aren't under attack, the plane and the bots will be long gone. The kids wish we were shelling a real target, but Pearl thinks it's wise not to start up a war just as the lady has risen. Hey, I'd better get rolling. Jack and I have a lot of work ahead of us.
Be the super fortress built in my lifetime.
So, we helped him get the plane out, and then we get to go talk to Grandma Boomer, aka Steven Sard's boo-boo lover, and get them to support us in the upcoming battle. And the cool thing about this is when you do this mission, it's you helping them. You're not like necessarily an envoy for House or for Caesar's Legion or for the NCR. It's whoever you are. Like, so they will support either side you do. So if you want to be like a total scumbag and run the slaver version, you know, and be like, you know, the divide and conquer one, like Caesar, they will support you. If you want to do the NCR and bring, like, you know, the new California Republic to take over Mojave, they will follow you. If you do it for Mr. House, which we are right now, for, like, you know, the independence of the Strip, they'll follow you. It's you as a character, not like you as your faction. So if you do this, you can change your mind on who you want to support later. They'll still follow whichever side you do. Like, they're not swearing allegiance to any one, you know, like I said, faction. I'm repeating myself now.
Hello, friend. How can Mother Pearl be of help today?
She gets your jeans steaming. God damn it. You probably wear corduroys too.
What you have done for us is a miracle, child. You have fulfilled the only dreams we ever had outside our walls. You are a trusted friend of us all. If there is ever a way for us to help you, child, tell me, and I will make it so.
Excuse me. So here you get to ask them for their help in the upcoming battle. There may be a battle in the near future in the Hoover Dam. Can you offer any assistance? And this is where, after they get that plane put together, in a world without planes, you have a plane, which is not just a plane, but a bomber supporting you, which is fucking insane.
Of course, my child. After all that you have done for us, we would love to help you in the upcoming battle. After all the training in virtual reality, the young ones would relish an opportunity to put their skills to battle. We'll be there when you need us. Bye.
Alright, so now we get to go back to Mr. House, tell him that we've won their support. We'll move on to the next step, which is, I believe, genocide. Oh, no, not quite yet. I think we actually go into the casinos on the Strip, find out some of the various plots. Nefarious. I don't know if I said that right.
Thank you for visiting New Vegas.
So as I told you before, the Lucky 38, which we're going as a reference play on the Stratosphere, which is in real life Las Vegas where I live, and Mr. House had these balls on the end installed with fucking lasers. Laser beams, dude. Also, fun fact about Mr. House, I forgot if I told you guys. This one right here, Jane, and there was supposed to be this one right here, which was supposed to be its second female-faced robot, Marilyn, was supposed to be a play on like Frank Sinatra days and all that stuff with Marilyn Monroe, and he was supposed to be like Howard Hughes kind of guy with a little bit of Disney mixed in, you know. Anyways, he scanned their neural matrices and then put their brains essentially in these robots in a subservient manner to basically be companions for the rest of the eternity he spends in a stasis pod or whatever it is that he has, you know, and be his, like, you know, virtual lovers, which is kind of creepy. And then, you know, I'll show you why All right, for the proof of that.
Ooh, suddenly I feel all tingly, and I find I've got a rocket launcher. I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well. Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. There's the 3 families, the casinos, the other attractions. What would you like to know?
So
Anything
I'll
you
skip
like,
that
sugar?
part.
Why, Sugar, he's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we? Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it, but that counts in my book. Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neurocomputational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
So you get to ask, like, oh, you're a copy of a dead woman. Like, what exactly do you do for Mr. House? And she replies with,
Mr. House has a lot of needs, Sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell. Then maybe you shouldn't pry into a lady's particulars, hmm? Anything?
so yeah, his sex slave robot. Now at Robco.
Any progress with the boomers? Well done. The boomers' firepower may prove an advantage when the battle for Hoover Dam comes around. Your next assignment won't take you far. It concerns the Omertas and their den of vice, Gomorrah. As the decisive encounter between the bull and the bear looms close, my concerns about the Omertas have grown. I've never expected loyalty, mind you. A reliably underhanded tribe is just as constant to deal with as one that always runs true. But that's just it. Lately, the Omertas' cooperative silence has been deafening. Not a single complaint. They're up to something.
So essentially, the Omertas are a tribe that he had, that they are part of the 3 families that he has run the strip, right? And so what he's saying is, like, usually, there's always complaints or something going on, blah, blah, blah. They're always needing something, but they've been awfully quiet lately. And they're also, like, not known to be, like, good, upstanding people. They're kind of scummy people. So obviously something's going on with them. So he wants me to go check it out. But I can ask him some questions first.
I suppose the Omertas can wait a few minutes. Yes, though at the time they called themselves the Slitherkin, a vicious clan, not that that's changed exactly. They were nomads, capable fighters, but their specialty was betrayal. They'd invite travelers into their yurts, drug them, murder, or enslave them. They took pride in their craft. I don't think Omertas saw other people as people at all. Everyone else was just prey. They reminded me of a certain criminal element Vegas used to attract. I told them some stories, gave them some clothes, and they ran with it.
So basically, he just explained, like, what they used to do. They're, like, very insidious kind of people. They would attract, travelers and stuff like that into their camps, drug them, and turn them into slaves, or kill them and steal their stuff. And he said that the reason why he recruited them to the Strip, New Vegas, to be a part of one of the 3 families that he has running it for him, is because they remind him of a certain element that Vegas used to attract, which is a play on the mob mentality and the mob thing, make people feel welcome, and then cut them in the, right behind them. And so that's why when we go in there, you get to see, like, when we go into the casino, that's what it derives from, is that mob mentality. So that's what they are. Like the other group on the Strip, the Tops, which is what Benny was, the guy that shot us in the head that we had to chase across the desert. Theirs was the oh my god, the crooners, you know what I mean, like the fucking the Rat Pack guys and stuff like that. And then there's the other casino on the strip, which is the White Glove Society, which is supposed to be the people that, you know, are like high class and fancy and stuff like that. So that's where you get your three different vibes here from New Vegas is and they kind of play it right when they put this game together, because in the ghetto part of New Vegas, basically the dirty down-ridden part, they have the Kings, which is a play on Elvis, and that's kind of like what it is now. When you come to Vegas nowadays, you don't see Elvis anywhere. You don't see like Elvis, you know, headlining thing. You don't see Elvis impersonators. None of that no more, unless you go to the old part of Las Vegas in the downtown Fremont area, where it's not considered like the higher tier. In this game, that's the same thing. And then when you come onto the strip, that's where you get the different little vibes. Even though the crooner one should be more on the old Vegas side, it plays into like what was a part of the Vegas lifestyle for a very long time. And then you have the mob on there, which is the Omertas, and then the high class, which is, you know, the White Gloves. So they did a pretty good job when they put this game together, just from like, you know, referencing the real world structure of like, you know, the entertainment side of Vegas in real life. And that was a long walk for a short glass of water.
As I said before, I need you to investigate the Omertas to see what they're up to. The Omertas are fanatically loyal to each other. Still, among any group, one can find the occasional degenerate. Gomora's receptionist happens to be one. For years, she passed on whispers of what was taking place at the casino in exchange for payment. A few months ago, she clammed up. Odds are she's scared. But I've had no way of approaching her. Start with her.
So now we get to go over there and investigate. And as you saw on the top left part of my screen, I got Caesar's Legion Infamy gained, and then quest added Beware the Wrath of Caesar. So, because I'm getting this far in the game, once you secure the support of the boomers, you can no longer... if I continue and I complete this mission, I can no longer have them as an option to help or like, you know, to aid, whether it's Caesar and CR, because that solidifies Mr. House's standing in the upcoming battle. So this happens no matter what faction side you choose in this game. So I'm kind of hitting the point of no return here without being able to go and deal with the other factions. The NCR, which I'm very friendly with, I can still like do interaction stuff with them, but I won't be able to like do like deeper storylines and stuff like that. So, and then the Caesar's Legion, I will just become instantly hostile, and so what they will do is they will send assassin hit squads after me, which are pretty formidable, and at the level I'm at right now in the game, when they do that, I will be probably like, you know, ass out and burned on a cross. So. So now we get to go ahead and walk on over there and see what's going on. Do a little bit of snooping.
Hey, have you been able to bug Mr. House's network yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, no rush, but the sooner the followers can learn about Mr. House's technology, the better.
So as you see, this is the Fire and Brimstone Hedonism Casino. This is the Omertas. The ones that are supposed to be kind of like the dangerous gangster mobsters types.
Hey, no one but Omertas are allowed to carry guns into Gomorrah. Check your weapons with me.
Alright, we'll keep our holdout weapons as always.
You'll get these back on your way out.
So now, we get to go talk to this lady and see what's going on.
Hello and welcome to Gomorrah. What can I help you with today? I knew someone would call in that mark soon. What do you want to know?
So now we get to find out what they're up to, you know, what's going on.
Sorry, they don't tell me their plans, and I don't want to know. I'm just happy they don't make me fuck anybody anymore. All I can tell you is to find Caccino. He's the lowest level lieutenant you're going to be able to talk to. Some of the girls say he's been involved in some shady business the family wouldn't really like. Ask him about it. I sure do, but loose lips sink ships.
And so now, as you see here, we get to use one of our speech checks because earlier in the game I chose the perk Therese La Femme, which means like I get to be like flirtatious with the, because I'm a female character in this game, I get to flirt with the female characters in a seductive way and then get information out of them. And so that's what this speech check is for.
Well, since you ask so nicely, and I'm not sure I could resist those pretty eyes, what do you want to know? I hear you've actually been inside Lucky 38. You're the first person who's been in there in as long as anybody can remember.
So now we gotta walk around and we gotta find this Caccino guy, and we gotta kind of work him into giving us information.
Find yourself a girl or a guy. Have some fun.
And boom, there he is.
I hear you've been asking questions about me, dickweed. What the fuck do you want? Business? What the fuck do you mean, business? You looking to get yourself burned? Now you start talking real clear, and I mean fucking crystal clear, because I'm about to lose my patience.
So now we get to confront him about it.
I don't give half a dick what you heard. Now get the fuck out of my...
So basically he denies it and does all that stuff. So we could check, we could pickpocket him, which what I'm going to try to do. Or we can go to his room and try to find this notebook that has, like, you know, all his dealings and transactions, blah, 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 put down in it. He's going to sit in this chair over here. This is how much I played this game. I know every step of this guy. And we're going to quick save it real quick. Because if I fail the attempt, I could just load it without getting dinged for getting caught pickpocketing. Boom. So now we go into our inventory and we can see his journal. Wait, where is it at again? Data. Right, yep. Caccino's journal. So I'll read it to you so you don't have to read it off the screen. Caccino's journal documents a couple months of Caccino's activities. It contains a detailed ledger describing many of his business deals over the last few months, including the sale of chems and weapons. It is clear at a quick glance that these transactions are his own personal finances, and this is done behind the backs of the Omerta family management structure. He also talks in great detail about many sexual encounters with Gomorrah prostitutes, including Joanna. After nearly every off-the-book sale or sexual tryst, he vows this one will be his last. So boom, this guy's doing some stuff behind the scenes.
You again? What the fuck do you want?
So now we get to confront him about it.
Where the fuck did you get that? Okay, listen, buddy. That's some dangerous shit you got there. That book can get me killed if the wrong people see it. Let's talk. What do you want? What can I do for you?
So if I had a higher barter skill, I'd be able to get, you know, something out of them, like a monetary payment or something like that. And then so instead, since I don't have a high enough skill, I can't pass that. We'll see what we can do else. So I get to ask him, do you think the family would feel about this?
I can't stop you, but that's gonna mean my death. I can make it worth your while to give it to me, though. Plus, if you go to the bosses, I can't help you stop what they've been doing.
So now I get to sell it back to him and then keep going with the mission.
I can pay you for it, of course. I also have some information about the family's business that you might find interesting. Between you and I, we can break up what they're planning, maybe save some lives. Mine included, of course.
So basically, he's gonna sell out the bosses, which are doing the nefarious stuff. Of course, this guy's working on the side, doing his own shit, screwing over them. But there's a plan that apparently the big bosses are making to go against the Strip. And we're gonna find out what that is.
Oh, here's some caps. Now give me the journal. Right, there we go. So let me tell you what I know about the family's business. The bosses, Big Sal and Nero, have been working for a while on this. They're arming themselves like an army, using this new guy, Troik. They also brought in a specialist named Clarendon. At least that's what they introduced him as.
So now we get to ask a little bit about the people.
I got no fucking idea. They let him have the run of the place, though. He seems like a nice guy, but he makes me nervous. He's a little arrogant, but he's too nice. Too open. I've never seen him fucking or gambling. Everyone has a vice, but this guy seems like the Pope. Okay.
So we get to ask about the Troiki guy.
He's a skittish little fucker. Spends half the day pumping his body full of chems and the other half pumping hookers with his willy. He has some kind of connections, so he's able to smuggle huge shipments of weapons into the Strip. The bosses got him by the short hairs. We covered up a hooker he killed while flying on some psycho, so he gets us guns in exchange for not ratting. No, just that it involves guns and muscle. Also that it's big. Very big. Only Nero and Big Saul know everything, and they ain't telling. Okay, you can find me here or upstairs in my room. I'll let the muscle know you're a friend of mine. That should let you get around a little easier.
So now, we gotta go and figure out what's going on with the bosses. And we gotta talk to those two people that he referenced us to. I'm gonna be honest, I always have trouble remembering exactly how to do this mission. And I always fucking have to look it up. But we'll just wing it with what we got on screen. Because there's a certain way you can do it, and there's a certain way that, like, you know, if you do it like one way, it'll cancel out part of the options. And if we do it that way, I can, and it doesn't give us the full information of like what the bosses are doing, I know what it is, so I can explain it. But like I said, I really don't remember all the fucking steps to do it the right way. So we're just gonna be, you know, cowabunging it. So there's a weird ass blood stain on the ground.
Hey, nice to meet you. Do you need help with something?
So, right here we have a couple options we could talk to him. One thing I do remember for sure about this mission is that we're not supposed to talk about Kachino sending him, because Kachino's not in on the big plan. Remember, he's like the lower level management guy, you know, in the group, and so he doesn't know what's going on about the this secret mission. So you don't want to bring that up, because then that just gives us away right away. So he can just be like, hey, how'd you end up on this trip? Gotta get some chow. Have fun with the special robot. Have a good one, Steven. Thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you enjoy your food.
I'm a close friend of some of the family around here. I do some independent contracting around the casino, and they set me up with this great room. Later.
So now what we can do is explore this guy's area, and I believe if we go in here, and I don't know if it's by the bed, I can't remember, or the vault, that's right, the safe right here, but I need a lockpick skill of 75 to get into it, which means we're going to try and pickpocket. I think he might have the key on him. We're going to do a quick save, because I'll probably mess up. And this is a pro gamer tip. Always quick save before you try to do a pickpocket. See, I got caught pickpocketing, which means that they know I'm on to them, so we gotta load it. That's why you save. Then that way you don't have to deal with the consequences. So let's see, do I have anything in my items that can help me sneak? I don't think I do. So we're gonna try this again. And I got caught pickpocketing. We'll try it one more time. This is the real struggle of playing a Bethesda game, if anyone was ever wondering. Alright, I lied one more time. I want to do it this way. But yeah, anyways. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Ugh. This is taking forever. Boom, we got it. I guess it had to be one angle different than I was before. I don't fucking know. Alright, so now we're gonna sneak. We're gonna open the safe. We're gonna steal these bottle caps because we're here. Why not? You know, one in room. And then also these snuff tapes. So, we get to go in and see what this means. Snuff tapes that were in this guy's safe. Snuff tapes contain horrific sounds of murder and violence. You hear Clarendon engaging in violent sex with women, and then hear the sounds of visceral and violent murder being carried out. So yeah, that's the dirt we get on this guy to get him to talk. This guy's a fucking creep.
Good to see you again. Hope you're winning some money in here.
So I get to threaten him with exposing him with these tapes.
I think I should kill you before you have a chance to show those tapes to anyone. What do I have to lose?
So basically, if my barter skill was higher, I'd be able to talk him out of it, doing something like that. But I can also use this one. It says, you can't have the tapes or I'll keep them to myself if you leave and never come back. So this throws a wrench in the boss's plan. So that's what the choice I'm going to choose because the other one I can't pass the check for.
Fuck, I was getting tired of this place anyways. I can find girls to play with somewhere else.
I tell you, not at home is gonna have his day.
So now, we get to go find the other guy. So that guy was a chemical engineer person, and that comes in handy later for what the plan is really about. And let me make sure, am I wearing the right shit? I am. We'll see how that works out. And then, we gotta go down one more level. Hold on, I need to go to Lower Brimstone. And then now we get to go talk to the other guy, which is, we're supposed to find out what he does, but he's actually a weapons dealer.
There's some serious shit going on between NCR and the Legion. They better not fuck with our power.
So, trying to remember. Oh yeah, I gotta go this way.
I got kicked out of Ultra Lux the other day. Man, that place gives me the fucking freaks.
So now we're in the lower levels. Basically, these are all the romp rooms, and this is the guy we gotta talk to.
Who are you? I didn't do anything. Leave me alone.
So now we get to ask him some stuff.
Oh, man. I don't even like to think about it. All that goddamn blood. It was just in the hotel like any other night. I took some chems with the girl I was with, but I never black out. I did this time, though. Next thing I knew, I woke up, she was lying next to me, stabbed dead. There was a knife next to the bed, and I was covered in her blood.
So now we get to find out that this guy was in part of that tape that we found, and he said he don't remember it, he blacked out and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah.
I keep a little switchblade tucked away with me. You never know when you might find some trouble. All right, have at it. That night, mostly buff out. I like to cut it with a little bit of jet and wash it down with some whiskey. That was my standard Saturday night.
And so my medicine skill being high enough right now, I get to check it and say that doesn't sound like enough to get you to lose the whole night. So like it seems like, you know, he was overserved something.
What? Yeah, you're right. I wonder what was up with that. All right, have at it. When I saw the body, I started screaming. In a few seconds, some of their soldiers were in there cleaning up the room. They offered to keep silent about what happened if I agreed to help them get their hands on large quantities of guns at deep discounts. You'd do that for me? I'm not sure what can be done, but you'd be doing me a solid if you would. I've been talking to Big Saul mostly.
So now we get the option to try and find out what's going on and get him out of his contract so that he doesn't, like, he's not supplying him with the weapons. But long story short, what happened was they served this guy too much drugs and they gave him bad drugs when he was getting all fucked up. And then they killed that girl or whatever when he passed out, right? It was the other guy that did it. And then when he woke up, they told him it was him, and he did it in his blacked out rage or whatever it was they want to describe it. And so they're using it as blackmail to use him to supply them weapons. So yeah, it's pretty shitty. And so let's see. So we could talk to Big Sal, or we can, you know, try to get some information out of him. And Big Sal's the big boss guy.
Welcome back to Gilmore.
He's not exactly easy to get to. But we'll see what we can do. So we'll go tell him real quick, though, that we got rid of the first guy.
Hey, what can I do for you? Oh, is that right? Well, I guess if he's gone, he's gone. I don't need to know anything more than that. Now we cut off the head of the serpent. Big Saul and Nero have to die.
So now, I forgot I'm not supposed to talk to him. We just jump ahead in the plan. We don't even get to try to save that guy. Oops. That's my bad. Anyways, so now we get to figure out the big plan and all that stuff. If we have a high enough speech skill and all that. I don't think I do, but we'll find out. So we could be like, why do they have to die?
As long as they're alive, they can start up their plans again. All you've managed to do is stall them. I guarantee you they have contingencies. They're a little bit upset about what's been done to muck up their plans. They tasked me to find out who's responsible. There isn't gonna be another chance to get both of them together in the same room. I'll slip you a gun, and we can take them out.
So if I had no speech skill, I can ask him to try and take them out all on his own, which I don't. So we're gonna have to go ahead and ask him what happens.
When they're gone, I'm gonna run this joint. Don't worry, I'll take care of this place.
So now we can go take out the bosses.
Hurry and get ready. I'll give you a gun when you get to the room.
So now what I'm gonna do is my weapons. That's right, I don't have any. This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna have to hotkey my stim packs. Alright. So now we're gonna go up here and deal with the bosses and find out what was going on with the Gomorrah and why, like, you know, the secret plan. I'm gonna see, actually, do I have anything, excuse me, that can boost my speech skill? I do not.
Hey, here's that gun I promised you.
So he just handed us a weapon. Gonna hotkey it for this one.
I suggest using it while they are talking. I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill you after they talk.
Take a seat on the couch so we can get to talking.
So now we have to initiate this.
So I assume you know why we called you here.
So we could be dicks about it.
Yeah, Clan will be hard to replace, but not impossible. We'll find contractors just like them, without breaking a sweat.
So see, my speed skill needed to be 80 to find out what the plan was. And I don't have the speech skill to do it, so basically I don't get to do that and like bait him into it. So I'll tell you guys real quick what the plan was. So basically what these guys were doing, Caesar's Legion, if you remember, invading from the east, going to come and run across the Hoover Dam and try and take over New Vegas and the Hoover Dam. What they did is reached out to these guys through their own messengers and stuff like that to the Omertas, however you want to say it, and fucking said, hey, we'll team up with you if you start killing people in the NCR on the Strip, because this is where their embassy is. Start killing NCR citizens and all the soldiers. When we attack the dam, when we get to you, you know, blah, 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 we'll let you have the Strip all to yourself. You could do it all on your own, you know, we need your help to take that out. Basically making it easier for them to come across and attack and take over New Vegas because of the lack of people there. And the plan that they were using for that is to load up all their henchmen, basically, with heavy weapons and stuff like that to start shooting and taking people out. But they were also going to release basically like a toxic gas. I can't remember exactly what it is in here, but I think we'll be able to find out in a second. But they're going to use like a toxic neuro gas or something like that. Chlorine gas. And they were going to fucking drop it out on the Strip and like just basically gas everyone out and kill everyone for this deal for Caesar and Caesar's Legion, so that when Caesar makes it to Vegas, he told these guys, like, yeah, you'll be able to take over the whole Strip, it'll be your own empire. But little do they know that he actually was not going to do that, and he was going to, like, as soon as he gets to the Strip, he puts them up on fucking crosses and crucifies them, and then takes over the Strip and takes everything from them. So, like, they wanted to have it all in a scummy way, and now, you know, they're not going to have any of it either way, because if the plan did go through, Caesar was going to kill them anyways and take, like, you know, not let them, you know, stick up his end of the deal, or now I'm taking them out and they don't get to do that, so that when Caesar's Legion attacks, the Strip goes without being attacked.
All right. Hey!
So boom, we blew that guy up. No, let's have some fun. So I've gained reputation on the Strip as helpful or accepted, which means that because I saved the Strip from being attacked, you know, I get a higher standing with the community. So boom, make sure to unequip that. We could search their bodies, we get their passwords, we get office keys, loot them basically, you know. So now what we can do is we can search around a little bit, you know, open the desk, snag some stuff, do some looting, part of his brain or something. But when you come into this office, you can go on here onto the computer, turn off the lock for the safe back here, and then in the safe you have the blackmail note. So if we wanted to say that guy Troiki before I initiated this, we would come over here and we would find this blackmail notice that would says like, hey boss, we took care of Troiki just like you asked. The stupid bitch that tried to run away made the perfect patsy. We got the double benefit of her stinking body serving as a warning to the rest of the girls. Troiki was so effed up that night on Spike Jet that we could have stabbed him in the balls and he wouldn't have said Daisy. We're going to take a little vacation for a bit. Troiki may have seen one of our faces when he was drifting in and out. We don't want him to get suspicious. Hopefully that scrawny little F does some good business for you. Thanks for the bonus, boss. So there is the reason why, like, you know, they were able to blackmail him into working like that. They actually killed someone that was trying to run away, and then they blamed it on him, and then used him as blackmail to get those weapons. And there's also a book right there, which I'm going to steal because it gives me gun skills. my guns increased by 3.
Things are good.
So boom. We took them out. Cucino is now in charge of the casino.
Hey, thanks for all the hard work back there. I'm gonna run a tight ship here, don't you worry. Of course, after all you did for me, here are some chips for you. Play, have some fun.
So now we get to go back and talk to Mr. House. And let him know that the Omertas will no longer be a threat.
Welcome back to Gamora. Find your...
And one of the more annoying things about this game is that you always got to take all your weapons away, you know, when you go into the casino. And then now when we leave the casino, all we're going to do is get notification about, like, the stuff being put back into our inventory. Going to the penthouse. Sorry.
The recent disturbance at Gamora has been resolved. Do not be afraid to patronize.
The Fallout Classic Collection is a very, it's the old original games, and they're nothing like these ones, just for a heads up advocate. So they're top-down games, and it's turn-based games, and it's not 3D like this, and it's not first person, and there's no like animated scenes really or nothing like that. So if I were you, before you were to pick something like that up, I mean, if you're into that, that's cool, but I would definitely suggest that you look up some videos on the gameplay of those, because it may not be an experience that you will like. The older games are not that fun on far as UI, user interface, and playing it. The stories are great, don't get me wrong, but with you being a gamer now in modern, like with what we get nowadays, I definitely will warn you that it may not be something that you would want to play, so you definitely want to check that out first.
What do you have to report about the Omertas? Well done. They won't be causing any trouble then. Your next assignment is to locate and destroy remnants of the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel. The NCR nearly did the job at Helios 1 a few years ago, but there seem to have been survivors, unfortunately. Given the Brotherhood's fanatical views on technology, they can be counted on to oppose my regime. Please, put them out of my misery.
So now the next thing we have to do is go and attack the Brotherhood of Steel. But what I'm going to do now is leave the quest from him. I'm going to save it here, and this is where I'm going to stop the stream, because that's going to be a whole different aspect of, like, a whole different playthrough. It's going to take some time. And so I'm going to go ahead and save it and then close out the stream. But yeah, this has been... So as you see right here, boom, after doing this mission for House, I've been shunned by the Caesar's Legion. You've been left a poor impression in the community and may be shunned as a result, which means that I am no longer allowed to go on their lands. If I go into their territories, I will be attacked, because I have gotten so far in the mission to where it's no point of no return, kind of, that I'm supporting Mr. House and not him. And so now I am not an enemy. If you're not with me, you're against me. That's how it goes with these guys. So boom, now I'm against them. So make sure that save loaded, or that save saved. Perfect. And then and then next time, probably next weekend, I'll come back on here again, and we'll do the playthrough of meeting the Brotherhood of Steel, because you actually have to meet them first, and there's easier ways to take them out, and we're gonna have to do that. But without too many spoilers, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you're in Australia, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Monday. If you're in the States, enjoy your Sunday. And we'll see you next